having dinner with my girl, and I want y'all to just notice something. There's women, all eating there. Women, all eating there. And let's not forget right there too, because they're everywhere. Oh my god. I don't normally go out, but when I do, I go out with my girls, and I am seeing something, a trend. Girls are all going out with their girlfriends. There's not like one date.
Many women are looking for husband, not a husband.
I need to know why so many men are so nonchalant that it literally hurts.
Men are afraid to open up to their women because they have been trained that it's not safe to do so.
It is so hard to get men to open up about what they're feeling.
When a man opens up, when he really opens up, don't you use what he said when he was open to prove a point when you want to win an argument.
Only to be demeaned and denigrated back into toxic masculinity.
You will never hear the full story from us ever again.
That's a learned mechanism.
Women, yes, they have been groomed and trained by their past experiences in relationships with women that it's not safe to be vulnerable.
And we'll start say stuff like this. How are you? Good. I ain't good, but I just ain't telling you. Women, let me tell you something. Men are not emotionless. We have deep emotions. We just don't know how to express them. And let me tell you, if you make us feel unsafe, you'll never hear from us again.
It's like they only give you one word answer to text.
You bitches make it so complicated and difficult for a nigga to communicate with you. That's why a nigga rather let you believe whatever it is that you believe at the time, because you trying to listen with the intent to validate you being right instead of listening with the intent to comprehend what a nigga really trying to tell you, bitch.
And the way that they talk to you just shows that they literally couldn't care less.
It's not safe to be vulnerable because a woman will throw it back in their face.
If I tell you something in a moment of vulnerability and you use it against me in an argument, you can forget me talking to you forever.
My mother told me, she said, you never hit a man where he's weak. Never.
And you keep talking about he quiet, he shut down, he's in his man cave, he won't open up, because when he did open up, you shut the door on him.
And the way that they talk to you just shows that they literally couldn't care less.
No, but it's true. 1 minute, oh, we're the provider. We're supposed to give this. Don't come to us about your feelings. But then, and the next minute is, well, we
don't
have
care
feelings.
about our feelings.
Oh, we da-da-da-da.
Hold on a second.
Make it make sense. There's levels to this.
It's very.
No woman wants a man that's going to come crying every day out.
I just did that video about how Shaquille O'Neal and Country Wayne were talking about how you can't ever be down to your woman. And the responses in the comments, and I was like, no, a man should be able to open up.
But it's like, why is it so hard to show that you care?
There were so many men that were like, although this is a great thought, this is not how it is.
No woman wants a man that's going to come crying every day at home, bro.
Wow!
To your
Guys, you just proved my point. Girls don't want a man crying to them. Remember I said it? Wait, hold on. Remember I said to you, girls don't want a man crying to them.
It could be true, it could be real, but you don't hit him where he's weak because it'll turn around on you. You can get him to do what you need him to do, but you never hit a man where he's weak because they never forget it.
And they lied on social media. She just said it, guys. No, wait, hold on a second. She just said it. We don't want a man crying.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Women do not care about your mental health, men.
Domestic violence can show up in a lot of different ways.
Yeah. Women do not care about your mental health, men.
And it's funny because K. Michelle literally just did a post saying that how she feels like she's the man in the relationship if her man ever cries in front of her.
Wait a minute. Women do not care about your mental health, men.
They never forget it.
Women do not care about your mental health, men.
Domestic violence can show up in a lot of different ways.
Yeah.
And the thing is that the person who's in it may not even be aware that it's domestic violence.
There's 10,000 times more going on inside the head of a man than you have any idea. He's carrying burdens that you don't have a clue about, and he don't know how to express them, and he don't know what to do about it, and he figures if he puts it out there and communicates it, he's just going to be shot down, called a fool, called weak, so he carries it inside, and you have no clue the burdens and the hell that most men are carrying inside and not even showing you. I wish more women understood that.
It's
Trying to stop
do not
it.
listen to what they say.
Trying to stop
No,
it.
listen, guys. Do
Can
not
I
listen to
elaborate?
what they say. Watch what they do.
Be chalant. Ask the questions. Dive a little deeper. Show that you have the mental capacity.
What's your biggest turnoff in the female that's gonna make you like, nah, I'm good?
Man, I was hoping for this question. I think for me, one of my biggest turn-offs, you can be as gorgeous, you can be as cute, pretty, fine, whatever, got it all. If you disrespect me or like you don't respect me, we can't do it.
Show that you have the mental capacity.
I've just been in so many relationships where everything was good, you just didn't respect me. I don't like this.
Show that you have the mental capacity to answer with more than one word.
I don't like this.
Maybe 2, 3, maybe even a sentence.
Stop trying to philosophize every fucking thing. Niggas, for the most part, is simple and plain.
Welcome to Understanding Men 101, where we try to take the simplest things and make them even more simple. First lesson, simplicity and peace. Men are simple. That is it for today. Any questions? As I expected, no shows once again. It's gonna be a fun semester.
Niggas, for the most part, is simple and plain. If a nigga said red, bitch, he mean red hoe, not burgundy, not maroon, bitch, red.
And you still doing it. Nowadays, disrespect is cool. Yeah, I want me to pop your... That's weak. I don't want that.
That's why nigga say shit 1 or 2 times, bitch, you ain't got it, he go find him another bitch. Babe, I like when you wear the black hair. You know, I really, really like that. I don't really like the other shit.
It's weak. I don't want that.
Bitch, you didn't hear that. You heard a whole bunch of other shit. And who you catch him cheating with? A bitch that wear black hair, ho, because you wasn't listening.
Because then that's extra baggage I got to take to work. I come home after a long day, and I know you're probably going to scream at me because I didn't do X, Y, Z. Instead of, babe, you could just talk to me. Just tell me.
Yeah. Never mind. Nothing.
Babe, you could just talk to me. Just tell me.
Never mind. Nothing. What is it? What? Why are you making that face? What's wrong with you? Nothing. Clearly something is wrong. So let's just get it out the way. What's wrong? What's wrong? Communicate.
Just tell me. It ain't nothing. Just tell me.
Are you happy in this relationship? What? It just seems like you've been real distant lately. And so I don't know what you're thinking. I don't know what's on your mind. I don't know. I feel like maybe you're just thinking about another woman or... Well, I would be much happy if you stopped thinking negative all the time. Did it ever occur to you to just open your mouth and ask instead of just sitting there assuming that I'm over here thinking about some other woman?
We ain't got to scream at each other, son. Now, some arguing is healthy. And people don't like to argue, but there's a respectful way to argue with me.
Just so you know, I was thinking about work and money. I was not thinking about any other woman. Okay? Okay. All right. I just feel like...
Welcome to Understanding Women 101, where we try to make sense of things that don't make sense, all right? First lesson. If she asks, say yes. Go ahead. I'm confused already. That makes no absolute sense whatsoever. I don't make the rules here. I'm just letting you know what it is. How do we win? Yeah, that's a good question. You don't win.
I just feel like I don't know, like maybe you don't want to be with me anymore, or maybe you're just not attracted to me anymore. I was just all over you last week. What do you think that means? But you don't actually say it to me though. I need to hear you say it.
Why did no one tell me that men just don't get told nice things, apparently? Today I told my boyfriend, hey, you're deserving of love.
Okay. You know what? Just to save us both a lot of time, I find you attractive. I'm still attracted to you.
Today I told my boyfriend, hey, you're deserving of love. And he cried so hard he got a nosebleed on my new dress. I'm not mad about the dress. I'm not mad about that at all. I'm mad about the fact that in his 18 years of life, no one, not a single person has told this man that he's deserving of love, and we do not apologize.
No, that doesn't count because I had to ask you to say that.
Are you fucking shitting?
That doesn't count because I had to ask you to say that to me.
Women in general become a victim in relationships.
Domestic violence can show up in a lot of different ways.
Yep.
And the thing is that the person who's in it may not even be aware that it's domestic violence.
I've been in relationships where I was a victim every single time there was something wrong with a man.
Sometimes it's not as simple as a black eye or broken bone or bruise. Sometimes it's mentally.
A man could say one thing and I'm like, well, you did. Remember when you 6 months ago said da 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 da? And that's how I used to be programmed to be.
When a woman is not raised with her father, the errors in her feminine thinking have no balance. Hence, she has confirmation bias. Male mind is not perfect. The female mind is not perfect. But together they balance each other really well. But in the absence of the male mind, the female mind goes completely insane.
That's how I used to be programmed to be. It is so important as a woman, if you want to have a sustainable relationship with a man, to regard his feelings.
Sometimes domestic violence is so detrimental mentally that all the other things show up in your life that you don't even realize that they're stemming from the domestic violence.
Yeah.
Because I had to ask you to say that to me.
Women in general become a victim.
I want you to say it because you feel like saying it. I want you to say it because you mean it. You don't know what you want. I told you was attracted to me and you still not happy. So I don't know what else to do.
That's how I used to be programmed to be.
Let me ask you a question.
Okay.
Would you learn how to play basketball from a football coach?
I guess not.
Would you learn how to play basketball from a football coach?
No.
If you want to learn how to cook, who would you want to
chef.
teach you?
A chef.
If you want to learn how to drive a car, who you want to teach you?
A driver?
If you want to learn how to fly a plane, who gonna teach you?
A pilot?
How are y'all learning how to be wives and your mother wasn't a wife? You just said if you want to learn to fly a plane, you're going to go to a pilot. You want to learn how to cook, you're going to go to a chef. Women don't know what's intrinsically important to a man. They don't know how to be a wife.
It is so important as a woman, if you want to have a sustainable relationship with a man, to regard his feelings.
Domestic violence can show up in a lot of different ways.
We disregard men's feelings so much.
And the thing is that the person who's in it may not even be aware that it's domestic violence.
And it's so foul to a man because he no longer can express himself. He can't tell you how he's feeling.
Sometimes it's mentally. Sometimes domestic violence is so detrimental mentally that all the other things show up in your life that you don't even realize that they're stemming from the domestic violence.
Yeah. Decided to look up my college boyfriend last night. No, I don't have ADHD. And he's not on social media, but his wife is. So I found her and yeah, she seems lovely. She was floating around the kitchen in her posts, like making her own granola. There was like a pie on a windowsill. She's painting birdhouses. She's one of those people who's like graying gracefully and just looks super pretty all the time. I, on the other hand, am sitting in a park right now in my pajamas, having just gotten my coffee. I don't really want to go home, so I'm avoiding my responsibilities as long as possible. And last night, I ended up binge watching an entire series simply because I couldn't find the remote. A new episode would start and I was like, fuck it, I'll just watch this. So yeah, I think maybe he dodged a bullet with me.
And as much as we like to judge, judgment is what that person needs the least. The thing is to bring awareness. People stay in relationships for all different reasons, even when they know they're toxic.
I don't know what else to do. But see, that's what I'm talking about right there. Like, you just don't want to. just don't want to.
He cannot literally be in a relationship where he can actually approach you and say, yo, this happened. I feel this type of way, because the first thing we're going to do is be like, well, what did you do last week? Did you take your shoe? Did you and we do not apologize.
Because when you argue, truth comes out. A lot of hard areas come out. But there's a way to tell me instead of, oh, you this, you that. Tapping my dark places as a man.
And we do not apologize.
Hey, bro, he talking like shit right now.
Show that you have the mental capacity to answer with more than one word.
I'm a pretty emotionally intelligent dude. I've noticed that there's only room for my emotions when they're convenient for the woman that's asking me to be emotionally intelligent.
One time in my life I felt that. What was my purpose?
That any emotional labor I do that's not for her convenience, or not that something she specifically asked for, that either goes unnoticed.
Something I've been witnessing men struggle with a lot lately in relationships is something called micro rejections. And this is where he puts a lot of effort in to do little things that go unnoticed, like getting her a towel for when she showers, giving her a piece of food before he eats his own, sharing his food. Little things that you might think, oh, that's just the bare minimum, that's what a partner should do. But they're little efforts that are ways of saying I love you. And when they continue to be unseen and unappreciated, this is where a man starts to feel very rejected, very invalidated, and kind of disconnected, because in a way he is doing these things because he's doing them because he loves you, but he's also doing them to receive the validation because he wants to know that you know how much he loves you, how much he loves to spoil you, how much he loves to treat you right.
Or when I'm saying something that's not favorable, the shit gets used against me and it becomes about how she feels.
But usually this is only met with criticism about how he's actually doing that thing wrong, or he could have done it better, or bringing up things from the past. So he gets to this point where he feels like he just can't win.
Shit gets used against me and it becomes about how she feels about what I said and not about the shit that I said.
Ladies, he making some too much sense. Somebody cry. Somebody cry. Somebody cry.
So what? All I'm saying. Because saying that, all right, now we got our own money, we want y'all to be emotionally intelligent, that's a great fucking argument until it becomes a real life situation and you start to deal with an emotionally intelligent nigga and you realize it ain't been enough of them in your life and you don't know what to do with that type of man.
When a woman is not raised with her father, the errors in her feminine thinking have no balance. Hence, she has confirmation bias. She thinks of something, runs the idea by her mom, or she has a disagreement with her little boyfriend in high school, and her mother says, yeah, you're right, of course you're right. Because the little girl is thinking with a feminine mind, the mother too is thinking with a feminine mind, and they validate one another, thus driving deeper into feminine delusion. The male mind is not perfect, the female mind is not perfect. The male mind tends to be pretty good at logic and self-reflection. But together they balance each other really well, but in the absence of the male mind, the female mind goes completely insane.
Because saying that, all right, now we got our own money, we want y'all to be emotionally intelligent, that's a great fucking argument until it becomes a real life situation and you start to deal with an emotionally intelligent nigga and you realize it ain't been enough of them in your life and you don't know what to do with that type of man.
You just said if you want to learn to fly a plane, you're going to go to a pilot. You want to learn how to cook, you're going to go to a chef. Women don't know what's intrinsically important to a man. They don't know how to be a wife because their mothers wasn't wise.
You're not lying. This is lying. This is fact.
Sweetheart,
this is
my baby, if all you done had is dudes that don't know how to express themselves.
I find it funny how the same parents that tell their daughters to stay away from boys are the same parents that turn around and raise their sons into the boys they want their daughters to stay away from. Like, how does that work?
Don't come sitting in front of me, a nigga that know how to express himself, complaining when I goddamn express myself. You understand what I'm saying?
In general, women are raising their daughters to be single mothers. Because they are single, they're single mother. And they like, I'm gonna teach you how to be strong. And my mama told me I don't need no man. And they have raised you to be a single woman.
That's terrible.
And go be educated. So you don't need to depend on no man and get you an education and go to college. They have groomed you to be a single mother.
Or show that you have the mental capacity to answer with more than one word, maybe 2, 3, maybe even a sentence.
Fuck what you think, you know? I don't care what you think about me. I had come from an environment with very little cheerleading going on. And so I created a sort of survival instinct where I would cut people out, you know, and minimize opinions. And the way that I would do that is I had to believe that my opinion was greater than everybody else's opinion around me.
It's like, I don't think that that's such a bad thing.
Like, how dare you?
That's why men don't feel safe to be vulnerable.
Guys, can I listen to what they say? Watch what they do.
But if you want to be a wife, you have to learn how to be a wife from a wife, the same way you will learn how to cook from a chef. Then once you surround yourself with other wives, then you will know what's intrinsically important to a man.
Ladies, you know I love you to death, but y'all gotta stop with this goofy ass cap of what he won't do, the next man will.
So he gets to this point where he feels like he just can't win, that no matter what he does, he's going to be punished. So eventually, there's no incentive for him to do anything nice, and there's no consequence for him to do anything wrong.
As cap of what he won't do, the next man will.
Because he's already being punished for doing the thing he thinks is right. So he thinks, well, if I'm going to be punished for doing something wrong, I might as well get some payout for doing the wrong thing.
As a 38-year-old eligible bachelorette, I could tell you right now, the next man probably won't.
And I'm not saying that all men are like this or all men do this consciously. This happens just unconsciously in a lot of relationships. He's actually really trying. He maybe doesn't know how to ask for his needs to be met, so he's doing it this way. They go unnoticed, unrecognized, unrespected. He grows cold and resentful and either acts out or shuts down completely.
You get it worse from him. But something that I really want to discuss with y'all, and this is going to catch me smoke, but you can't cancel reality. The playing field is not level. There are more good single women than there are good single men. And the reality is, what you won't do, the next bitch actually will.
I just got off a 16-hour shift, but I had to say it. Am I the only single woman out there who is excited for this 4B movement? You guys are divorcing your husbands? I'm single. I've been trying to find a husband. With that being said, thank you for broadening my dating pool. I have to wake up and work another 16-hour shift tomorrow because as a woman, I have rights to work.
Love to be a stay-at-home mom. I would love to be a homemaker and a wife. I would love to be able to live on a homestead and go milk my cow and take the eggs out of the chicken coop and have one baby in the belly and on my hip and another toddler coming behind me. That's like my dream, but I can't fucking do that because the way the economy is set up is I'm forced to work. I'm forced to get an education, a higher education, a college degree in order to make enough money that I can be financially independent and afford my own home or my own rent or my own gas or my own groceries, my own insurance. And it's extremely difficult to do that, and it's very isolating as a woman when you have to do all of that all on your own and you can't find somebody that you can outsource some of those chores and financial responsibilities like you would with a spouse. So no, being a single working woman absolutely sucks. It's the worst thing ever. I hate it. I would go back to the 1950s in a second just so I wouldn't have to deal with this shit.
Among many other rights in this country. Good night.
Reality is, what you won't do, the next bitch actually will. There are good women with good pussy and good credit and good manners, thirsty as fuck to come scoop up a man who will go 50% on the bills and come home at night to play his little fucking game.
Babe, what movie should we watch? Hello, let's pick a movie. Fine.
Babe, I thought we were watching a movie.
I understand now.
Why are you talking to your controller?
Yo, babe, hurry up, we're gonna be late.
I'm not ready yet. I need like 45 more minutes.
Oh my
god. Okay, I'm ready. Let's go.
Hey, babe, did you find everything we need?
Yep. I'm just gonna walk around the store again just to make sure I didn't forget anything. Never mind, I got everything I need. Why do you have a PS5 controller?
No reason.
I can't decide what to eat. Chipotle. I'll get Chipotle.
Perfect.
Do I want a burrito or do I want a bowl? Burrito it is.
Sounds good.
Ooh, chicken or steak? Chicken? I'll get chicken.
Can you order it?
Yes.
Ordering food.
You feel me? You're so worried about aesthetics and keeping up with the Joneses and what so-and-so did on fucking Instagram.
It's so funny to me how bitches don't never want to pay for shit, but y'all bitches was buying your own Valentine's Day gifts and posting them. Like, y'all bitches think I'm dumb. I used to do that shit when I was younger. I know what the fuck y'all doing. That's the thing. You can buy shit for yourself. And if you would have never begged all year round, maybe a nigga would have took his time out and said, yo, let me get this bitch something because she deserve it. A bitch that beg don't deserve shit, in my opinion. Because what the fuck is you begging for, bitch?
Feel like your man ain't putting on for you.
These niggas is not y'all fathers. They not y'all uncles. They not y'all cousins. They not y'all grandfathers. Niggas got their own fucking bills. Niggas got their own motion. Niggas got shit going on. Niggas got to take care of their families too.
Let me tell you something. A good man is a man who comes home every night. It's a man who listens and communicates to you. It's a man who doesn't cheat. It's a man who pays bills and shows up for the children and fixes things where he can. That's a damn good fucking man. And the same way that you want to be loved, he wants to be loved too. Everybody is a fucking prize, not just you.
Why would I take care of a bitch I just met and I don't even know how her pussy smell yet?
You stop expecting these men to jump through fucking hoops to earn your love, but you're asking for a love that you can't even fucking reciprocate.
Let's really talk about it.
You gotta be willing to give what you want to fucking get in order for that shit to fucking last. So if you got a good man, start pouring into him and stop dangling greener pastures in front of his face. Because if you had it like that, you'd have it like that.
You gotta be a special type of sick, jealous, envious, demonic motherfucker to finally get a motherfucker that really love you and then play in their face constantly and then talk about them like a dog and sit up and laugh about them and think that God gonna bless you. Baby, please. That's not how the universe works. See, what's gonna happen is God is gonna bless that person until the point of no return right in front of your face, to the point to where it's gonna make you sick to your fucking stomach. Be careful how you do people. Do on the people as you want to be done on to you. Because you thinking you fucking over a good person and you think you gonna prosper from that? You're not, baby. Your life will be in shambles from that day forward. You wanna know why? Because that person was genuine and they was pure and you over them. So what you think gonna happen next? Huh? Okay.
And I only get like this because every time I try to fucking talk to niggas, they always trying to press me like I'm one of y'all bitches. I'm never like y'all bitches. Like, y'all fucking dumb.
I'm a little bothered right now, so I'm gonna give it to y'all like this. You bitches is so grown, but y'all don't be grown enough to admit when y'all wrong, to take accountability, to say, you know what, I fucked up. You know what, I was being a little messy. I was being disrespectful. You know what, I didn't consider you. You know what, I should have been a little more mature than that.
And what she simply said there is, we don't want a man crying to us every night. And all the times I've said to men is, do not cry to your women. They will use it against you. Do not cry to your women. And she just proved it.
You bitches can't do that, can y'all? I think that shit's sad.
Because when they, hold on a second, when they get in their feelings, they pull it out.
What's up, buddy? We made it. Another day. One more down. You should be proud of yourself. You really should. I'm proud of you. I know you got a lot going on. I know you got a lot of shit on your shoulders. You got a lot of shit on your chest. Don't stop. You can't quit now. You come too far, man. Your heart's a warrior. You're stronger than you think. You made it through all them other bad days. And I know these days, they all blend together. Yesterday feels like today, and tomorrow is gonna feel like yesterday. It's kind of just the way it goes. There's only one thing you can do. You gotta change tomorrow. You gotta be better than you were today. And don't forget, your future you needs you. Your past you doesn't. You'll be alright. I know you will. You always are. Make sure you come back.